So on Biz Today, we always get successful entrepreneurs into the studio to chat with us. Be they young, old, or they've been in the business for a long time, we'll get them into the studio to inspire you. Today we have one such entrepreneur, a young man, the owner and head chef at Canvas Grill. His life's passion began at 18 whilst training at a 3-star fine dining kitchen at the exclusive Oyster Box Hotel. If you know the Oyster Box Hotel in Mshlanga, you'll know that it's a pretty amazing kitchen. Here he accessed the various kitchens ranging from the cold kitchen, terrace banqueting, pastry, and not least of all, the award-winning restaurant, The Grill Room, where he contributed to 2 of the awards it had gained. Ismail, it's lovely to have you in the studio, or rather should I say Chef Ismail. I'm always not certain how to address a chef, especially a head chef.
Yes, it's just basic Chef Ismail Arbee.
Now you decided to go into the culinary industry, and there were specific challenges you may have faced, and decided then to go into business and be the head chef at your own place.
Yes, 100%.
What was that experience like? Can you tell us more?
It was long, it was tedious. You have to start from the bottom to get somewhere. And at the end of the day, the more you put in, the more you get out. And the experience was phenomenal. We continued. You just have to dedicate to what you're doing. Dedicate, as they say, follow your passion and the rest will follow.
But you obviously worked, you worked somewhere under a chef before that to gain the experience. Can you tell us a bit more about your previous experience before you decided to go into business on your own? Because obviously, as we were speaking to our previous guest and they were telling us a lot about how you can be an entrepreneur in any space, as an employee, as a manager, as yourself. So something must have sparked while you were working. What was it like?
I had a mentor, obviously, who started training me and teaching me and guiding me. And you know what?
You were at the Oyster Box, right?
Yes, I was at the Oyster Box under Chef Kevin Joseph. Right? I did study under him, I trained under him, and he groomed me from the beginning. And it's military training, as he calls it. Military training in your kitchen and discipline in your kitchen. And from there, it just grew and grew and grew. And what's it you learn? I was a manager, I was a general manager, I did normal cooking, I was a line chef, I actually hit head chef at the age of 21, right? Which is rather odd, because you know what, not many chefs become head chef at that young.
That's
and
incredible.
you're basically controlling a kitchen, you are making up recipes, you're doing the full Monty. So yeah, it was really exciting.
Your family must have been really proud of the achievement at that point.
Yes, they are. You know what? Up till today, they in love with it. They I should say, didn't like it at first, but as they saw me growing into the industry, they started loving the industry.
How did you manage those challenges of family resistance? I wouldn't say particularly your family, but for any entrepreneur who has a vision or a dream, and they obviously will come up against resistance from their family members who think they are crazy. How could you do something like this? Can't you get a proper normal job, work 9 to 5, get a kind of retirement fund, medical aid, those kind of things?
At the end of the day, you know what? I dealt with it. It came across rather harsh, but at the time, I am a very stubborn and determined person, and I fight for what I want at the end of the day, and I fought for it. And it wasn't that hard to accomplish, because from the time I started fighting for it, they realized that I actually do have a dream. And after that, they just supported me 100%. And I did give up. I did try and give up. And my dad chased me all the way back to the kitchen, and he made sure I got it done.
You tried to give up?
Yes, I did try to give up.
How did you try to give up?
It's in your initial training as a chef, you have to do in-service training, and you got to do things for free for working for an establishment for 6 months or so. And at that time, young, energized, you got no cash flow whatsoever, because you just work and home, work and home, work and home. And I was a very independent person, whereby I never asked my parents for cash and stuff like that. And it became hard. It became really, really difficult. And the time when I said I've had enough and I cannot do this anymore, I walked home and told my dad, I can't do this anymore. It's another level of difficult. And I basically gave up at that time. And he's the one who supported me and made sure I got back into it and followed my dream at the end of the day. He saw a spark that I didn't at that time.
So one thing we can take away, a lesson we can take away, is it's so important to have a good support base behind you.
100%. You know, that's your foundation at the end of the day. And
that's it.
I appreciate him more now for doing that for me. And I can see the results that came out of it.
Ismail, let's look a bit more at your story now. When you did your training and you went through the various kitchens under your mentors, at which point, what year did you decide to start your own? You just suddenly thought, this is it. I think I can now put my fingers in another pot and start it all over again.
You know, with my experience in working in various restaurants and kitchens, because I've done a wide array of food. So I've done Portuguese, I've done Mediterranean, I've done healthy, I've done Greek, I've done a wide variety, and it came to a point where I needed to start creating my own dishes and showcasing what I can do instead of doing it for everybody else.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give our people something different to eat at the end of the day, because the only type of food that's lingering around is franchise food. And I don't believe in that. I believe in custom built food. At the end of the day, I want to give customers quality and, you know, something to go wow about. And our Durban lacks in that. So I wanted to bring a wow factor to Durban. I wanted to infuse English cuisine with our Indian and a bit of Chinese and just all different cultures mixed into one pot.
Canvas Grill. Why Canvas Grill?
It's basically an artist, a blank canvas, which your chef goes and paints on. So that is Canvas Grill.
How long is it running now?
Canvas Grill is for about 2.5 years now.
And what's your feedback from the Durban community?
No, it's been phenomenal, eh?
I'm sure you have international visitors as well.
Yes. We've got people from London coming in, Dubai coming in. We've got a wide variety of people. Johannesburg fills the restaurant, you know. So, no, it's been good. The response has been good. And at the end of the day, you have to give a quality of food and you'll still keep your customers.
So, what are some of the day-to-day challenges the business faces? And how do you overcome them? Because you seem to be quite a switched-on, very focused individual who is determined to make this business a success. How do you overcome some of those challenges?
I see it as if a challenge arises, you resolve it on the spot. You do not let it linger. While it's still fresh in your mind, you try and resolve it as fast as possible. You overcome it as fast as possible and you move on to the next thing. Because in business, I've learned that something is going to happen every single day, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen, but it's not about the problem. It's about your solution that actually matters. And your solution will overcome any problem. So you never ever look at the negative, you always look at the positive. And my mind basically works is I always look for a solution as fast as possible. And that is how I overcome every day. And you know what, challenges, you're going to get them in every single business, but just push for what you want and you'll never go wrong.
How do you maintain, I think, so my question would be, because I'm listening to you speaking and that's the voice of a determined person. How would you keep a sharp, focused mind? I think entrepreneurs are prone to the dark hole of depression sometimes.
No, you do have your ups and downs. You do have your ups and downs, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what your focus should be on. If you continuously look into the gloomy, you're going to stay there. But if you know there's a light at the end, you just continue running for that and nothing will be able to stop you.
Very, very wise words, especially from a young entrepreneur who's determined to succeed. Why do you think family is so important to an entrepreneur?
Family is your backbone. At the end of the day, in being in the industry for so long and working for other restaurants and hotels and so on, you actually don't see your family very often. And it will go an entire December where you see your family twice in the month. And the rest you're just working. And you know what, I've learned from the time we've opened up Canvas Grill that you need to learn to appreciate your family, because at the end of the day, your family will always have your back through the good times, the bad times, anything that happens. Your family is there no matter what. And you know, even your parents at the end of the day, you need to appreciate them because they bailed me out of so many things that, you know, I had no clue with, but at the end of the day, they're wiser. And you learn, you trust them, and you go for it. So family, backbone, 100%.
I agree with you on that completely. Family are there for you when no one else will be there for you. What do you think, and to wrap up our rather interesting conversation, what are some of the future plans for Canvas Grow? And in speaking about the future plans, I hope that you also offer some words of advice for aspiring entrepreneurs out there.
Future plans of Canvas Grow, I ain't gonna stop. I'm just gonna continue running with it, and I need my business to grow, and I will push for that. And you know what? Wise words, as someone else did tell me, follow your passion. Don't worry about anything else. Chase a dream, and you're bound to accomplish it. And hard work has never killed anybody.
No,
and the harder you work, you'll see the results later. And you know, it will come, it will follow. And I've got huge plans for Canvas Grow. I've got my own TV show coming up. I am cooking live now on TV. So my career is growing as a person as well.
Please tell us about the cooking show before you go.
Yes, I have my own cooking show coming up. It's going to be called What's Cooking, right? It's basically, I just come in and I want to show people what it's like to cook and how you get restaurant food at home. And you know, I want them to experience it, be adventurous with your flavors, and I'm going to be showcasing that. I'm going to be taking the weirdest of items, putting them together and showing you exactly how it will work and how to make it work. There's no such thing as items will never work. They're all items. It's how you merge it that's the most important part. And I would like to show viewers how to merge food. And you know, it's very important at the end of the day that you need to learn about food and learn about how it's prepared and see from a chef's point of view how we prepare these dishes. Excitement,
because it's almost like you're learning how gourmet food can be done in the comfort of your own home.
100%.
So I am very excited to tell you that What's Cooking will be aired on Deen TV. I'd like Ismail to tell us more about the times and the premiere of the show.
Okay, we're still in the working process of it, and it should be airing in, I would say, a month or so.
Okay.
And we'll be kicking it off from there.
Excellent. I'm really looking forward to it. I've also volunteered myself as a tester for the dishes. So I'll be sure to give you feedback on my upcoming episodes about the delicious dishes from the kitchen. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
Awesome.
Chef Ismail Arbee, thank you so much for joining us in Biz Today.
Not a problem, pleasure.
It was wonderful to hear your story, and I hope we get you back to talk about the wonderful dishes you're cooking up and What's Cooking. Excellent. We'll chat with you another time.
Excellent. Salam.
Salam.